Alright, I got my CC01 Clod Buster kit here. Put another video on YouTube of the original build, and what I just did was install one of the SENSE ESS-One Engine Noise kits underneath the hood right here. So I'm going to let you guys take a listen to it, see how it sounds, then I'll tear the body off and show you guys how I installed it under the hood and how I routed all the wiring. Basically, on the first trigger pull, it fires up. Once it sits idle for about 5 seconds, the unit shuts itself off. There are ways to go on and adjust that, but I just have it on the default settings right now. So, how's this thing all hooked up underneath here? Go ahead and pull the body off for you. Got a lot of wires underneath here because I have these front LEDs are on one channel, and then the roll bar LEDs are on another channel, so I have all 4 channels taken up on the kit right now. Let me adjust my camera, sorry about that. Show you guys how I got this thing all wired up here. Alright, so on the kit I have these aftermarket, these alloy body mounts to replace the plastic ones on the front and back, and these holes right here are threaded. So all I did was just take a piece of styrene and cut it out, about a 1/8 inch thick piece of styrene, and just use those threaded holes and 2 screws. The unit itself is really light. There's barely any weight to it. So on that piece of styrene mounted on there, it's a good place for it. If you're running a kit with like one of the Bronco or the cruiser bodies on it, you do the same thing back here. You're going to have a lot more room to work with. I purposely built this truck just to put the Clod Buster body on it. So I had to find a tighter spot to fit it in. I've had some comments that the body sits a little too high. I did it that way on purpose because I knew this was going to be the mounting point for the kit. The way all the electronics work in here, so it's got a lot of wires coming off it. It has one set of wires running for power and another set of wires running to the receiver to tell the unit what to do. As far as the power goes, what it originally came with was this little pigtail thing here. And I guess they're hoping you're using a Dean's connector. But basically you hook the battery in here, and it's got the female end here for your ESC to plug in, and it gave you these wire leads to run to the unit. To make things easier for me, I went ahead and cut those wire leads and just soldered on a Dean's connector to my ESC, and when I soldered it on, I ran those 2 wires direct to the Dean's connector, so I wouldn't have that extra piece of wiring, or at least an extra pigtail in between there, cluttering up my already wired mess. And basically there's a quick disconnect to the unit right here. So that was just the easy way to clean it up. What they give you is a Y cable, and what you do is you plug that Y cable into your ESC channel on your receiver. One end of the Y goes to the SENSE ESS-One, the other end of the Y goes to your speed control. This way when you're pulling the throttle on your transmitter, it's both telling the ESC to go forward and it's telling the SENSE ESS-One the revolutions of the engine noise it should be making. So you got a lot of wiring in there. I already had a lot of wiring because I already have lights on the front and lights on the roll bar, and I've done as best I could to clean everything up. And so basically I've taken the wires to everything here, including my LED switch, and wadded it up in one big lump here in the middle of the unit. And of course I'm running the Tamiya ESC, so I need a battery buzzer for the LiPo batteries until I either upgrade, but I think at this point it's working out pretty well. So once the unit's powered on, fix my camera for you again. Bring the transmitter over here. Like I said, you give a quick pull on the trigger. You got volume control knobs right here. You can turn the volume up, turn the volume down. Of course, I'm running a 2S battery here. I think the thing will take up to a 4S. Don't quote me on that. Read your own instructions when you get it. And what the instructions tell you is the more voltage going in, just turn the volume down. It'll get louder with more voltage. So the instructions are pretty basic. I think it took me just as long to solder those Dean's connectors as it did to install everything else. I hate soldering Dean's connectors. I'm good at it, but I hate soldering the damn things. So I think it turned out pretty good. Put the body back on. Of course, I have a quick release here for the roll bar lights. Get that all back together. So far, I've really enjoyed the kit. It was a fun build. I think the Clod Buster body turned out really nice on it. I'm going to adjust the suspension a little bit to bring the back end down. But for now, it works, and I still have intentions on replacing the front push bar up here to something a little bit more trail friendly. I've taken it on some pretty good trails so far. I did finally lock the rear diff. I left the diff open originally, and it runs a lot better in the trails with the rear lock diff. I don't know what I was thinking originally. I'm sort of new to the scale type machine. But yeah, it for what it is, the basic little Tamiya CC01 kit here, it does a really good job. I've enjoyed the build, putting the LEDs on it, painting the body, getting the whole thing set up. I really like the way it turned out. So any questions on the install, the kit in general, just hit me up in the comments. The SENSE One, it can be found for about $60 anywhere online. I got mine off eBay from a US vendor, and easy build, easy setup. So thanks for watching, everybody.